A very lovely morning to my little Patine. I welcome you all to English grammar class today. Beta, we have already completed our reader syllabus from chapter 1 to 3 of PT1 and I hope you all have enjoyed stories and the poetry section. Now we will be taking a little break from reader and we'll be starting our new topic of grammar, the sentences. I hope you must have heard about the topic, the sentences. Then I'm pretty sure you must be wondering what is new in this topic. Beta, there's something new in this topic. So let's start the topic, the sentence, chapter number 1 of grammar. Let's have a look. Firstly, you should know what do you mean by sentence. See, beta, sentence, it's a collection of words. It's a group of words that has a complete sense. It makes a complete sense. So, look on the board. Playing Harry with ball is. Yes. Is this sentence make a sense? No. No? Yes. This sentence does not make a sense. Playing Harry with ball is. Here the words are in a jumbled form. So here we will arrange this word. How we will arrange? We will arrange this word so that these sentence can make a sense. Then it will be considered as a sentence. Otherwise, when a group of words that doesn't make a sense, then it is not called a sentence. Clear? So, when we will arrange these words, the correct sentence will be Harry is playing with the ball. Now, this sentence is making a sense. Who is playing with the ball? Harry. So, definition of sentences. A sentence is a group of words that make a sense. First point. And the second point, a sentence ends with full stop, question mark, or an exclamatory mark. Beta, it depends on the type of sentence. It depends how we are using the sentence. Okay. So, next point is a sentence must have a verb. Beta, without verb, a sentence is not complete. But without subject, is it complete? Yes. Without subject, a sentence is complete, but without verb, it does not make any sense. For example, open the door. What is subject here? Tell me. Open the door. What is subject here? There is no subject. No one is opening the door. We are not asking someone to open the door. So, subject is not mentioned. Still, it is a sentence. And open is a verb. The door is a object. So, it is also a sentence. It's a kind of imperative sentence. So, a sentence must have a verb, it must have a action words, but a sentence is not having a subject, then also it is a sentence. Okay. So first point, a sentence ends with full stop, exclamatory mark, or a question mark, and the first letter of a sentence must be capital. Whenever we start a new sentence, that the first letter of the sentence must be capital. Okay. So next is was waiting I bus for the. Is it a sentence? No, it is also not making any sense. So we will arrange these words and make a sense. When we will arrange, first will be the subject, then helping verb, then verb, and then the object. I was waiting for the bus. Now these arrangement of words are making a sense. Now it is a sentence. Okay, I hope definition of sentence is quite clear to all of you. Now, beta, the three main points of a sentence, as I told you, it ends with full stop, question mark, or an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory mark. What do you mean by exclamatory mark? This is called exclamatory mark. Next is it should have a complete sense. Next is it must have a verb. Okay. Now, the next topic is the phrase. See, the phrase is also the part of sentence. It also makes a sense but not a complete sense. What does it mean? The phrase is a part of sentence. Have a look. In the dark night. Is it a sentence? In the dark night. It is not giving us complete sense, no? It is giving a little sense, but not a complete sense, and it's a part of the sentence. In the dark night. I went there in the dark night. In the dark night is the part of the sentence. So this is called phrase that has a sense, but it is not having a complete sense as a sentence has. Okay, beta? Now, the next is big house. Beta, big is an adjective of house. Big house. It is having a sense. I live in a big house. So, a big house is a phrase here. It's a part of the sentence that is having a sense but not a complete sense. Okay, tell me, house his. Does it a sentence? No, it is not a sentence. House is. It is not having any sense at all. Okay, so this is not a phrase. A phrase is a part of sentence. So it doesn't mean beta all part of a sentence are always called a phrase. No, a phrase should have also a sense, but not a complete sense. So house is, this phrase is not having any sense. So it's not a phrase. Okay, beta? Now, next is the lost tourist. The lost tourist. It's a phrase. It is having a little sense. But boy is there. Boy is there. It's not a phrase. Okay? So, because it is not having any sense. Okay? Next topic is, now we will start types of sentence. You must have done in your earlier classes, but you must learn something new about it. See, first is assertive or a declarative sentence. But a declarative means that declares something, that states something. Okay? So, declarative or a assertive sentence ends with a full stop. It says or states something. Next is, for example, Rima is an intelligent girl. So, it's a simple statement sentence which gives us a simple statement and that ends with a full stop. And as you can see, beta, the first letter of the sentence must be capital. Okay. Next type of sentence is interrogative. See, interrogative sentence are the sentence in which we ask questions. And beta, we can ask question in two ways. First, without using WH family words and with use of WH family words. What do you mean by WH family words? See, WH family words, for example, where, what, who, why. These all are the WH family words. So, we can frame a question by using WH family words also and without using WH family words. Okay? So, in two ways, we can ask the question. For example, were you present yesterday? Question mark. Beta, interrogative sentence ends with a question mark because we are asking a question. So, were is a helping verb here. This is a, you is a subject, present is a verb. Okay, so were you present yesterday? I am asking a question. Okay, so it is an interrogative sentence and interrogative sentence starts with a helping verb. What is the format of interrogative sentence? Tell me. Yes, very good. Helping verb plus subject plus verb plus object, then question mark. And we can frame an interrogative sentence by using WH family word if we will add WH here. Why were you present yesterday? I am asking the reason. Why were you present? Why were you absent yesterday? So why I am heading here? I am heading WH family word also here. So now it becomes an interrogative sentence. Is it clear? Next type of a sentence is an imperative sentence. In imperative sentence, command, request or advice to someone. In which we give command to someone, we give some advice to someone, in which we request someone. Okay, beta? And what is the identification of imperative sentence? Imperative sentence always begins with the verb first form. Verb first form plus object is the identification of imperative sentence in which subject is not given. So how do we come to know what is the subject here? See, for example, I am saying take medicine. So it is quite clear to whom I am giving the advice. I am giving advice to you, to the second person. Yes, children, give medicine, take rest, do your homework on time, maintain your notebook. So these all are the examples of imperative sentence in which the subject is quite clear. It is not mentioned what is subject, but it is very clear the subject is you. I am advising you. Okay. Open the door. It is also imperative sentence. Open is a verb first form. The door is a object. So in which to whom I am giving a command, to whom I am giving an order, to you. So it is clear what is subject, you, but it is not mentioned here. Clear? And tell me, imperative sentence ends with dash, with question mark or full stop? Yes, with full stop imperative sentence ends. Clear? Because in which we are in imperative sentence we are not asking any question. So open the door, take medicine, full stop. These all are the imperative sentence in which we are commanding someone, requesting someone and advising someone. Clear? Now let's move on the next type of sentence. It's an exclamatory sentence. See, exclamatory sentence in which sudden or a strong feeling can be expressed. Whenever you have sometimes you have a sudden feeling, it may have a feeling of joy, it may have a feeling of wonder, it may have a feeling of surprise, it may have any feeling of sadness. Okay, so in which we use an exclamatory mark. What do you mean by exclamatory mark? This is called exclamatory mark, beta. Okay, for example, shh, 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 the baby is sleeping. So it's a sudden feeling. When I was expressing, someone entered into the room and the baby was sleeping. What I will say, shh, the baby is sleeping. So it's a type of exclamatory sentence in which I am expressing a sudden feeling. Okay. See, after she I have used here exclamatory mark. Next example, what a beautiful flower. Wow, what a beautiful flower. So after wow we will use exclamatory mark. It's a type of exclamatory sentence. Okay. So beta, revise this chapter once again, chapter number 1, the sentence, and try to do the exercise. We will tell you its answer tomorrow. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Bye-bye.